Now, the front line, facing this way, go ahead and put your chin on the white line and lay down to a flat push-up position. There's nothing really mind-blowing here. Basic cat and mouse drill. But there's a lot of ways you can manipulate these things. I'm going to show you. Back group. Get into a 2-point stance position. Stagger it up, drop it up, lean it up. Hands off the ground, 2 points. Opposite arm, opposite hand. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Now, you guys laying down, you guys get to decide this drill. When you want to get up and go. Whenever you want to get up and go, but you only have 5 seconds to get it done, and we can't stay here. You get 5 seconds, whenever you want within that time frame, get up as fast as you can. When they see your first movement, they're going to try to chase you down and tag you on the hip. Okay? Let's not get too aggressive, maybe upper. And it's a race to the 5-yard line. So your mission, chasers, is to tag them before they get across the 5-yard line. If you do, you win. If they don't,
Before
you
the
guys
5-yard line? Wow.
Okay, so once again, you guys, when I say go, you get 5 seconds to decide whenever you want to get up, and you got to sprint across the line. They're going to try to chase you down. Okay? Go.
Go, Callie, go!
Okay, now hustle back to those same spots. Let's get you guys ready. One person. Okay? The setting is going to be a little different. When I say go, both groups are going to start shuffling at a medium pace to the right. Okay? Now, the group in front, you guys, as you shuffle this way, you have up until this 10-yard line. You get to decide when you want to change direction, and now you're the chaser trying to chase them down before they get to the back of the end zone. Okay? So control speeds and accelerate. So we're going to go from a shuffle, crossover, chase them down. Okay? So when I say go, everybody's going to slowly shuffle, keep the gap, keep the space, keep your eye on them, because when they want, they're going to change directions and come get you. Okay? Ready?
Yeah.
Go! There you go. Same thing for you guys. Let's get that kind of gap, like yards. You guys will go to your right, and then right here on the 10, you guys can start to backpedal. Okay? You guys are going to start to shadow. When the backpedalers decide to come get you, you're going to have to open up now. So now we're introducing transverse plane of linking movements, opening up the hip, and you have to race back again, same distance to the end zone. Okay, so it's a back pedal, it's a slow, controlled chase down. As soon as they initiate, you got to open up and go. I am going to make a rule on it because we're so congested. You got to open up and turn over your left shoulder. Okay, so I'm going to give you one confinement. Turn over your left shoulder. Ready?
The back pedal's running that way.
Back pedal's here. When you decide to chase them, you're just going to chase it down. They got to open up.
I see.
Ready? Go! Back pedal, back pedal. Get him! Get him! Good. Next up, let's have you guys same position with nice lines and hash marks to provide territory outlines for us. If we didn't have them, we could simply use cones. So your territory today, I can control these in confinements in agility-based formats. I can expand them out, I can shrink them up. We're going to use 5 yards is your space. You can't go outside the 5 yards. And then the hash marks. Okay? So not quite a box, more like a rectangle. Okay? Now, I've got my space right here. We'll start in the middle. Now, we'll keep it simple at first. You have to mirror every movement that I go through. Your mission is to keep up with me. Okay? And honestly, I don't care if you do the same movement. I just want you to stay in front of me. So it's your processing ability to determine what's the best pathway and skill set to accomplish that goal. Ready? Time. Okay. Your mission, this can be really football related. Your mission is to make a move and get around them. That's it. Okay? You just have to tag her before she goes across. Now, no, you can start moving. So as soon as I blow the whistle, you can start moving forward towards her.
Oh. Look her.
I'm not going to do this right now. I'm going to leave it all width. You got the entire football with me around. Yeah?
Come on, Charles.
It's ready.
You better catch him, Charles.
You got him. Get him. Get him. Nice.
Oh.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Now I think.
Anyone, most people fall forward in the squat. That tends to be like the default mistake. So the arc just makes it so you just actually can't do that. So I want to show the front-loaded squat and then the squat, which I would say is similar to a kettlebell sumo deadlift with the weight in your hands. So the first, if you guys behind me could actually scooch this way. A posterior weight shift. So you just go here and just do an RDL. It's super easy to teach that way. If you're in a gym that has one of those V handles, you could attach the V handle under the bar, and that's a really easy way to hold it. The other way is facing the bar. So now I actually do want you guys to go that way because you won't be able to just be looking at my foot the other way. So here, this is the exact same setup as when we taught the squat with the weight in your hands, only now the execution is just more of a hinge. So you're gonna go here, first rep, first rep of any hinge, I always have people squat the weight up because trying to hinge off the floor, they usually just round back the hell out of it. So I'm gonna have you stand like this, with the bar right in front of your body, so it's like kind of lightly touching your junk, and then you'd go.
Is there any in-plate reps?
No.
You don't feel it?
Yeah.
I'm glad you're young. Thank you so much.
So guys, real quick, when you're, I see a lot of you with the bar outside your legs.
I can't afford it. Okay, you want to eat a Whole Foods? Wonderful. These are my young guys, by the way. They're usually the young ones, right? Okay? Do you get your annual physical? What's that going to tell me?
What they're predisposed to.
Yeah. Heart disease? Hey, can you die of a heart attack if you're in great shape?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you can. I've seen it at the Olympic level. Okay? If I want to reduce heart disease, we go with blood work and nutrition. If I want to reduce injuries, I go with strength. Okay? It's real simple. Many of them don't get.
Guesstimate of their caloric need based on how, what is their height and weight, and how much are they training. And then I'm gonna first, after that, establish their protein dosing. These are the general guidelines from all the organizations, ACSN, the ACSN, the College of Nutrition, ISSN, the IOC, somewhere between 1.2 and 2 grams per kilogram body weight protein spread throughout the day. Okay? Everybody should kind of know that. That's one to really tattoo in your brain. Then I backfill. So the reason why I do that is because protein isn't necessarily a primary fuel source, but it's the structure by which everything is built. So when you're in the gym and you want to have a muscle you're resynthesizing muscle after training, it comes from this. Endurance athletes actually, believe it or not, have a higher protein threshold, which we would think is counterintuitive, but they actually burn through their leucine, which is the primary amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis, faster than strength athletes. And so I start here because in my youth athletes, student athletes, middle school, high school, college, this is where the biggest void is. Most people don't have any issues eating carbohydrates. It's a quality issue. It's a quality issue, meaning I'm just upgrading their quality, but not their quantity to a certain extent. Yeah?
Quick question. Now, are you talking ideal body weight or just body weight?
I just did that on my own. You need to start asking about it. The easiest way to kind of like talk about it without talking about it is be like, hey, do you have a period tracking app? You should get one. And then they download it and start keeping track of their periods. In our athletes, and this is where REDS affects even non-athletic women because they're all trying some new diet and not eating enough food. If they have a deviation for longer than 2 months, meaning that their period just disappears for longer than 2 months, we got a problem. Somebody in the medical profession should be alerted. If they start skipping them every few months, it's not regular, that's a sign of REDS and energy deficiency. This is something really cool I snuck in here for you guys that train women. When they're tracking their periods, you find out when the week before their period is. It's called late luteal phase. During this time is when it's the highest hormone peak for women, high estrogen, high progesterone. High estrogen, high progesterone. What happens is water retention goes up, perceived exertion goes up, rate of muscle protein synthesis goes down, and protein breakdown actually goes up. And we get gassy and bloated. So the week before their period, performance in the gym goes way down. So a lot of female athletes in the team setting cannot control for this. They can't just be like, hey coach, I'm not gonna lift heavy today because I start my period next week. It doesn't really fly, but if you're training one-on-one, an athlete or a female, take this into account. It doesn't mean they shouldn't train, doesn't mean they should have the week off. It just means that if their coordination is a little awry, if they feel like they're getting tired quicker than normal, then you'll know why, and you can help them psychologically push through that. It doesn't mean you should stop their training or lighten their load, but you psychologically can know that, and it actually gives the women like a superpower, knowing like, okay, I know this week might be a little harder, but I can push through it. I can push through it. In the nutrition world, what we do is jack up protein a little bit because we're trying to compensate for this. The decrease in muscle protein synthesis and the increase in breakdown. So my females are gonna eat a little more protein during this phase. It's ovulation to the start of a cycle for period junkies in the room. Periodize the training if you can around this, and shorten the recovery window. And females, especially during this time of the month, we're eating as soon as we can after training, especially if they're an athlete, to help get the protein in to compensate for some of this. If your athlete is taking a birth control pill that was prescribed for irregular menses, they need a new doctor. That's all I'll say that. This is not treatment. If someone has REDS or the triad and they were giving the birth control pill to put them back on their period, it didn't fix the REDS, did it? You didn't give them more food. You just gave them a pill to help pretend like they have a cycle, but it didn't fix the REDS. So I have this as a question on my health intake. Do you take birth control pills, and why was it prescribed? Was it for birth control or was it for irregular cycles? Lastly,